Okay, so I did want to, like, you've been open about, like you said, in 2004, you were in a bad place.
Very.
I'm a little bit interested in, like, you could talk about what, but I know you don't care. Like, you'll talk about anything, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, like, was it the life of wrestling? Did you get sucked into wrestling life?
Yeah. So the thing for me was we never, like, I wasn't a pill taker, or I've never not a marijuana smoker or none of that stuff when I came in. But you kind of start getting around that, and things are starting to happen, and you kind of, and I'm not putting it on nobody. This is my addiction is all on me. It is all on me. Mm-hmm. And me getting clean is all on me, mm-hmm. and some help from other people. But you find yourself kind of falling into, hey, what are you guys doing? What is that? How does that work? And so you start taking these things because you I guess once you start getting into it, you start finding excuses. Oh, that's why you take it, because we've worked a double shot and we hurt really bad. Or, oh, I need to sleep now because I only have 2 hours. So how do I get, instead of laying here going, I need to sleep now, I need to sleep now. And you know how we've all done it, right? We keep looking at the clock going, God, I wish I could fall asleep. Well, there's things out there that you can take that will make you go to sleep really fast.
But you never, like you said, you never did any of that stuff before. Mm-mm. So, like, I just always find it really interesting. And it's never like me being like, I'm better than anyone, you know, because it's something I've right. luckily stayed away from. But the idea of that, it switches where it's like before, for 25 years or whatever it was, it's like you knew better and now you don't know better.
So not that I never do better. I was never around it.
You just never around it.
Yeah, I wasn't around any of that stuff ever. Like, I might have been, but I didn't know anything about it because I was just not, because of my dad. Because plus my dad was always a big influence on and he still was up until he passed, but I was out of the house, and now I'm fine because I was so petrified of my dad. If he ever knew I did that, he would absolutely light me on fire. Gotcha. So, and he wasn't a mean person by no means. It was just that vision I had of him. He came over to the States when he was 18, 19 years old from Germany.
Oh, okay.
Him and his mom came over, worked like 10 jobs just to kind of taught his own self how to speak English. So he was that rough German. Loved me to death, though. Was an awesome dude. But I was always petrified of him. Gotcha. I don't know. It's just one of those things that it was a respect, but it was also, hey, these are the rules. You break them, bad shit happens. Mm-hmm. When I call you and I have to call you again, duck. But he wasn't ever strict with me. But it was just all in my head, I think.
Okay.
So I was never around that stuff. But then when I get around it, I kind of let myself fall into the trap of a follower instead of a leader. Mm. So, and it's just a thing that I have. I'm an addict. So once I got the taste of that, and then I started like either hurting or being tired or have things that I'm stressing about, because now I'm married, I have a kid at home. So now I stress about that. And what's the easiest way for me to not think about that? Get all hammered and pilled up and shit like that. So now once I get into it, here comes the attitude error. So a little bit before that, I kind of really was just, then all of a sudden the attitude error hits and we're running 900 miles an hour. Gotcha. Everything all over the place.
So give me a reference of where you were as Billy Gunn the wrestler when you started dabbling. What gimmick was it like?
Like right at the end of Rockabilly, it was just sporadic. It was just, you're just experimenting but when you're an addict, and I'm not knowing this because it's a disease. It's nothing I can control or do nothing with. I can manage it now because I know how. Mm-hmm. At the time, it was just doing stuff. Oh, well, this makes me feel a lot better. God, I really feel good, and I didn't know there was something out there that could make me feel this good. So that's what grabbed me. That, and then just it's in me. That's some people have it in them. You know, I know some people that have taken stuff and go, whoa, look. Mm-hmm. And not, or not ever done it before in their life because they have no need, or do they get pressured into doing it?
Yeah.
Me, I just wasn't that guy, Yeah. So I get into that, and then I'm like, starting to do the New Age Outlaw stuff, and I don't say I'm with somebody that's an addict, but we're kind of rolling in the same boat, and we both have an oar.
Gotcha.
So, and we're both headed the same direction. And I'm not talking about him. I'm talking about me. But we were together in that kind of situation.
And right in my head, it's just like like the new you guys fucking click, like. Well, another click, but like it's just everything's clicking on all cylinders. It's finally working for you, right?
Yes, and so I just talk about me is now I think I'm like the shit, so I can do whatever I want, and there's no consequences, right? So now you start grabbing and doing everything.
God, it's like I can envision it like a movie, if that makes sense.
It is, and it exactly was a movie. Yeah. It was like a movie that's real life. Like you're just going. There's nothing I can't get. There's nothing I can't do because everybody wants to be my friend.
Yeah.
Right? Until you either stop doing it or you don't want it anymore, and then they're not your friends anymore. Mm-hmm. You know.
But you didn't clean up until a couple of years ago.
Yes, this is the second time. Okay. I went the first time just because it was kind of, hey, you need to go. There's something, you need to get this problem fixed. And I was like, well, I don't have a problem. I don't know what you're talking about. So I got tired of hearing it. So I went to make everybody happy, which if you know anything about addiction, that just doesn't work. You have to go because you want to go. When I went the second time, I was over it.
I don't know if you talk about, do you, what you were doing?
What do you mean?
I'm kind of interested of all the shit you were into.
Oh, Somas out the yin yang.
Yeah.
Xanax out the yin yang. Painkillers, anything. Oxy, it didn't matter.
And what was it? Is it one of those things where you go to one doctor to the other doctor to the where that's what I've heard is you find.
Well, you don't you don't doctor jump. You go find people that have it and you get them. There's people out there. If you're in that lifestyle and looking for it, you're going to find it. And I could find it.
What's the word for that? Those people, they're
dealers. I don't know.
I don't know the word. I'll figure it out.
Yeah,
they're allowing you.
Yeah, but if you want something bad enough, there's nothing that you can't get if you know the right people.
Yeah.
So that was it. I knew all the right people, and that's how I got it all.
And then, I'm not trying to bring up any bad, but it's just interesting to me. And I know you're very open. I know you're very
it's
open.
not a bad because I'm in an awesome place right now. I am so easy with this now.
Yes.
I've been clean 5.5 years. I am in such a good place. And I mean, that's what made me who I am today. That going through all that and I wish I wouldn't because I put my family through it and that hurt them. Like I did some stuff to all of them that hurt them, even to this company. But when I decided, I said, I can't do this anymore. I literally I can't live like this because I'd wrecked 2 brand new trucks, ran them right dead off in a ditch, rolled them over. I did because I just had no sense of what I was doing anymore.